I thought I'd give y'all a little update on what I learned at church. We were still in the book of Acts. We've been in the book for a really long time, but I love it because, there's so much richness in each verse. There's so much backstory that our pastor knows. It's wonderful. I love learning. I love church. I love the worship. I love it all. Anyway, the main point, one of the main things that I really got out of it is that God chose Paul specifically. So Paul wrote most of the New Testament, if you didn't know that. And before he had this revelation, Christ revealed himself. Paul was like a staunch Jew, the very smart, best of the best. And he actually persecuted Christians. And he's talking about that in Acts. He's talking about the things that he did to Christians, men, women, I don't know about children. But the point is, he talks about he beat them, he killed them. He was zealous. Our pastor says that, Paul was the guy they sent in to scrape out the cancer of Christianity. So, then, throughout his life, he's going about his business, and he gets a revelation by God on the road to Damascus. So maybe that sounds familiar to you, but God blinds him and then gives him this completely new revelation. So Paul does a complete a 180, right? Because 360, you're all the way back around. So he does a complete 180, and now he's like a super solid Christian. And obviously, people are confused. It's so beautiful to see how the Christians forgive him, even for the things that he's done. That parallel was supposed to be about, us enjoying Thanksgiving with people. Our pastor was really talking about like people that don't know the Lord. But I think probably, one of the biggest problems that I have in my life is people that do know the Lord. It's like, I'm including myself, and we do not always act the way that we're supposed to. Absolutely not. And I think that, is one of the harder things. It's not like, I think a lot of people probably have a family full of, Christians, and yet we're still all broken. We're still all trying to figure it out. And, we probably have expectations that the other people will act better. I don't know. What I've heard is that we judge other people on their actions, but we judge ourselves on our motive. Just basically the point is that we give ourselves a lot more grace than we give other people. But to wrap up the point is that Paul has to continually address that. He has remorse for what he's done. And that's the guy that God used, So it's like, whenever we think that we're too bad, or grace can't find us, the pastor's point, Brad's point was maybe, God used Paul specifically for that reason, because we didn't kill a bunch of Christians. Or I don't know about you. I haven't killed anybody. So, it's like, if God can love Paul, then, I should be easier. You know what? Let's just not judge. The point is, I'm loved and you're loved. That's the point. Happy Thanksgiving.